Welcome to my home. Today we're going to talk about the hand. The hand is what telegraphs to everyone your age. I'm sure you've seen this before, where a person will take care of their face and be really in shape and whatnot, but you just look at the hands and you know exactly how old they are. It is true the hand is the first thing to age, and the hand ages very rapidly. Why does the hand age so rapidly? The reason is because the skin of the hand is very thin, thinner than the face actually, and the fatty tissue of the hand, which is less than other places, will atrophy, and your hand becomes cadaveric. You can see the metacarpal bones, and so in an age that values, sadly, more and more the outer appearance and less the character of the heart. When in Rome, do as the Romans, right? Is that what they say? Okay, guys, so let's talk about, it's called the decision ladder versus the decision elevator. Whoever goes to surgery right away, that is not ethical. So we're going to talk about, first of all, the creams. The creams are very simple. It's basically, and these are my favorite products here, my favorite companies, but here in America I got my own products, in South America and other places of the world. But basically it's going to be vitamin E, shea butter. Shea is S-H-E-A. It's a tree that occurs in Africa. I've operated a lot in Africa, and a lot of humanitarian work there. And it's a tree, a very wonderful looking tree that has a distinct property. It makes your dermis thicker. And vitamin A, retinol. Retinol is one of the few substances that's been proven to thicken your skin. And finally, olive oil is very, very good. I know you knew that. And these are the creams which you should be putting in your hands daily. I certainly do it daily to invigorate, protect your skin. All right, so you've done all the creams, but you're washing your hands all day long. Let's say you're a surgeon or you're a nurse, a dentist, chef, whatever. These brutal emollients, these brutal surfactants are overcoming these wonderful emollients. And so we got a problem. Your hand is aging very rapidly. And now you have age spots and, like I said, cadaveric hands. And you can see the vessels and the bone and so on and so forth. So then there are the fillers, okay? Hyaluronic acid is basically the basis of these fillers nowadays. And we make a small incision right here, and basically the webs between the metacarpal bones right here. And I like to start injecting 1 syringe of product, hyaluronic acid, longer lasting, right in the web spaces, just a little wheel here, and a couple little wheels in this intercarpal space. And then just massage it in, and spread it out basically, okay? So you have, let's say, 3 little lumps here, 3 little lumps here, 3 little lumps here. Then you massage it out and you fan it out, and it turns out really, really, really pretty. It looks great right away. Minimal bruising, how interesting. And we do it in such a way to avoid the vessels and the nerves, okay? So hyaluronic acid is a great way, and it's amazing because less musculature, less ability of the hand to metabolize the product. So I've seen the product last up to 2 years, and there is a residual that lasts henceforth. And the reason is because it invites native collagen production, okay? So anywhere from almost a year to 2 years, I've seen that length. The next way, getting increasingly more invasive, is fat transfer. So we liposuction any area you don't like, let's say your arms or your belly, your back, your sides, inner thighs, wherever. And we separate the stem cells from the fat, There's always going to be some fat in there. And we make it a little more liquid. It's a little process we have back and forth. Makes it a little more liquid. I don't like to centrifuge. Imagine if they centrifuge me or you at 3,000 RPMs. There'd be nothing left of you. So I prefer not to centrifuge, but basically it's a very quick process, and we inject that, making a single hole here, and we go down each intermetacarpal space. And I like to put about 5 to 10 cc's depending on how cadaveric the hands are. Very straightforward. As I discovered in my practice, it makes the hands a little younger because the growth factors and the stem cells rejuvenate the skin. Perhaps we could even have talked about lasers before the injectables. It's a toss-up. Which one is more invasive? So today we have the Fraxel Laser. The Fraxel Laser, which is kind of like this, is a laser. What's Fraxel? What's ultra pulse laser, CO2 laser? It's a laser that really is very ablative, and basically you have an open wound which can become infected. So lasers have evolved, and now we have Fraxel. And that basically means it's kind of like an eraser wiping off the aged skin. We make anywhere from 3 to 8 passes, and basically the spots, the aging spots you have, which by the way can also be addressed with hydroquinones, which are lightening creams, and other lightening creams. But the Fraxel laser will lighten your hand, it will tighten the skin and make it look younger. Okay, so we talked about the only substances that work as far as creams. We talked about injecting hyaluronic acid. A little more invasive would be the laser, and the laser that perhaps is most in style today for the hand would be the Fraxel CO2 laser. Okay, and finally we talked about injecting the hands with fat/stem cells, which we obtain from anywhere in the body where we have a little extra fat. And the nice thing is fat cells don't divide as an adult, and that area won't come back, which is great. In addition, fat stem cells produce growth factors, which give an additional advantage as far as healing and as far as creating more youthful skin. When I inject the breast, when I inject the vagina, when I inject the butt, wherever, the hollows in the eyes, wherever I happen to inject fat stem cells, we find that it gets younger than we had imagined, probably because the growth factor. Think about it, after all, you buy creams which say what on the cream on the bottle? Stem cell cream. The cells are not in there, just the growth factors are in there. They go away in half an hour or so, but I'm actually putting the actual fat stem cells in you, which we hope will continue to make growth factor. Okay, so I'm going to teach a really, in closing, I'm going to teach a really cool trick about youthful hands, and that is buying that paraffin wax, basically, and now it's commercially available for home use, and dip your hands into paraffin. You really do it correctly so you don't get a second, third degree burn. But today you can get paraffin treatment of the hands, which go a little bit beyond the creams, because they almost make a protective envelope around your hands against these brutal modern soaps, which will really desiccate your hands. Don't forget, the best time to put emollients, creams on your hand, is when your hand's a little bit moist. And so until next time, let's take care of our appearance, let's take care of our temple. And self-esteem is very important as well. So let's take care of our temple. And so Dr.Rey, Rey in Spanish means, of course, king, the king of beauty, the king of health, saying thank you very much, over and out, I love you, And you've taken care of everyone. Now it's time to take care of yourself. Until next time. Ciao, ciao, babies.